So I have this broken laptop, and I brought it. It's a Lenovo 11 Yoga S, which I purchased about 2013, I believe. Very fond of this laptop, had it for a long time, and actually gave it to my son about a year ago, and within 6 months he'd broken it beyond repair. So, being quite fond of it, I wanted to find things that I could do with it, something useful, instead of taking the valuable parts out and throwing the rest away. And we came across a few ideas that I'd like to share with you. So one of the ideas is reusing the webcam within the laptop. So removing the webcam is pretty straightforward. In this particular laptop, I had to remove the screen first, take it off the back cover, and then remove the webcam that was embedded in the screen, if you like. And this was actually quite an easy project. So I wanted to turn it into a USB webcam, and these webcams on laptops typically support the USB protocols. And wiring up was pretty straightforward, actually. All I had to do was look on the reverse of the webcam, and it told me what each wire did. So you can see at the top there that was a positive at the top, so 3 volts, minus and plus, minus D, which is minus data, positive data, and then ground. So there was this very easy description on the back, which I followed and wired it up to the corresponding wires in the USB cable, an old USB cable that I'd found that was already damaged on one end. So to wire it to a USB cable, typically on a USB cable you see that the red wire, once you strip it back, is positive for power. Then you have negative as well, which is ground, which is the black wire. And then the white wire is typically negative data. And then you have this kind of soft green color, which is typically the positive data cable. So you just wire those accordingly. And now I have a perfectly functioning USB cam. The screen idea is a nice one. So you could repurpose the screen in a broken laptop, assuming that the screen isn't completely damaged. What I did here is I removed the screen and the casing at the back, and I actually decided to use the casing on the back of the screen because it was still together. The monitor was quite slim anyway, and the screen was very robust, very strong still. So I decided to use the back cover as well. And the first thing you need to do if you want to repurpose the screen is to get a display adapter, so you can now use the screen to have a HDMI connection, for example. And the easiest way to do that is to find your serial number of your screen, and then type that serial number in on eBay, and also add controller board to it, and then you should be able to find the corresponding controller board to match your screen type. As these typically come from China, it can take a few weeks, so you'll have to be patient. And then once you get your display adapter, what I did here is I marked the holes on the back of the board to where I wanted to put the screws. So I was going to attach it directly to the rear casing. And then I drilled the holes for the casing and attached the display adapter and the controller that comes with it. And what I actually ended up doing was reusing an old plastic case for a USB power adapter that I got free at an event. So really trying to keep the cost down here. Just cut some holes into the plastic casing and attach that on the back to protect or give some protection to the back of the circuitry. And once I'd placed that together, put some holes in it, attach the screws. I also, for the hinges, I reused the old hinges of the laptop. I thought that they looked suitably fine, and I had the notches at the bottom of the tablet anyway, so I thought I may as well use them. And all I did to steady them was to add an old IKEA stick that I got from an old blind that I was about to throw out. So I reused that here, cut the pieces out, did a rough guess of how big it should be, and attached that to the hinges at the bottom as well to make it sturdy. So this is a real DIY job. Now, to make it look a bit better, I did buy some vinyl to give it that kind of carbon fiber feel. But in the end, I decided not to use it because, everything in my office, there are thousands others of everything that's in my office somewhere else. It's all been mass produced and all those things. This is something that's come together that's quite unique looking. It's kind of odd and a bit strange and looks a little bit like a school project, but I kind of like that. It's got this kind of post-apocalyptic Mad Max feel to it, or Terminator Salvation feel to it, where, all bits of stuff that just come together. And I quite liked it, so I just left it in the end, and I didn't use the vinyl. Now I use it as another screen. I have it in my office, and I can carry it around with me as well. So I'm very happy with it, and I hope this inspires you to do your own projects. Thank you.